Alright, so this is my garden. I made a video or two, I think it was 2 days ago, when I was able to actually get everything in the ground as you see it. Yes, the collard greens are what you see straight ahead. I don't want to walk out there because I don't have the proper shoes on. For being out in the garden, I am learning a whole lot about this gardening thing. And one of them is that I need to have 2 or 3 pair of shoes at the door so as to not track dirt all through the house. I learned that lesson when I first started the process preparing the yard for gardening, and in particular for a food garden. So this is my update for the sisters. 2 days ago I was able to actually, there's organic soil in there and topsoil, garden soil, and seedlings. I did start 2. I have another one in another place. This is a second one. As you see, that little seedling thing that has peppers in it, but the peppers haven't, nothing happened. They didn't sprout. I did what it said, and they're not sprouting. The ones that I also have other seedlings in another part of the house that I started, and there's some sprouts in it, but nothing significant. So what I did the other day was plant it in the ground some of the direct sow foods like carrots, which are planted over in the back corner that way. And then I bought collard greens that were already started. There's 2 different type of onions over here that were already started. And I bought peppers. I bought some more peppers and put them in the ground since these peppers are not seeding up yet. I also planted spinach in the ground, and spinach was also a direct sow plant. And so 2 days ago, today is Wednesday, yesterday was Monday, was a nice warm break. We got some break in the weather up here on the East Coast, and I was able to have so many seeds and stuff. Oh, that's no good. These seeds got wet earlier today. Oh, and then this was in the rain just now because we had a huge rain. These were my beans, green bean seeds. So it looks like they're destroyed. And then I imagine all of these are, as you can see, I guess I am sort of sloppy and slobbish like beets. I want to plant them. These little packets got wet a little earlier today as I was working and watering this yard this morning. And they got wet. And I had put them over here because earlier, it was, the sun hadn't come up yet, but I put them there to dry. And then I forgot about them and went in the house, and in the course of the day we had a major thunderstorm today, and now the sun has finally come all the way out and it's warmer. But I left these seeds sitting here when I went in the house, my husband and I, earlier, and this is a result, and I think that's no good, the green bean seeds. So I have a lot of seeds. I've been collecting seeds for the last couple of years anyway, in hopes of being in a stable location where I could plant my own garden. Knowing and having seen the handwriting on the wall for some time now, and knowing the importance of being able to provide for self. And so I had started collecting seeds. Like I said, it's been several years now. However, I had not been in a place living stable where I could actually have access to a yard to do it. So now I'm somewhat stable. I've been where I am now for the last 3 years. It looks like I'm kind of here for a bit. So I wanted to make use of the space and go ahead and get started with the garden. And with the support and inspiration of Sis Shabless, here it is. This is now April 27th, right? This has been a couple of months. I've been waiting to get stuff in the ground. The East Coast up here, the weather is just breaking. I think we're finished with the frost time, and so I thought it was safe. Again, this is my very first attempt at gardening pretty much anything. I've always been pretty okay with house plants. and had sort of a green thumb in that regard, yet have never worked in a yard, nor have I had the real experience of being, my family didn't garden like that. My mom and my aunt grew herbs some years back, but I was too young to really know anything about working in the garden. I just knew that it was growing herbs back there. And we had backyard, yet we didn't use it for food or anything. It was for playing and when you had the dogs in the house. Plus, my lifestyle growing up was sort of like a gypsy. And so we never lived in one place very long, number one. And number two, the majority of the places we lived in was concrete. Like, I'm from the hood, concrete jungle, if you will. So all this gardening and rose. This is my great aunt's house. This house that I'm living in now is a family home, and it is the home of my great aunt, who has always had rose bushes and all kinds of stuff. And this barbecue pit was actually built from scratch by my great uncle. And it's been here for years. So this is my first attempt, and I'm proud of what's there. I'm also a bit hesitant, cautious, just aware of the possibility of people coming in and taking your shit. I could say I did live in one house by myself. It was the beginning of 2000. I guess I was in that house from like 2001 to the end of 2003. When I lived separated from my husband, and I were separated. And in that house, I was renting a house, and it did have a front. But my yard, there was the only house on the block where the front yard was all cement. The back was driveways and no grass or anything. Everything had been cement over in that neighborhood. And in the back, it was used like a garage driveway, but no real garage down there. At any rate, the front yard, and everybody on the blocks had front yard, and they grew roses and flowers. And the front yard, that house was bricked over. Well, I got permission from the landlord to take some of them bricks off so that I could have something to work with in the ground. And I did. I planted tulips, and they were beautiful. And so I set a little space, and I planted tulips. And like I said, somebody came in, when they really blossomed, somebody came and helped themselves to just cut my damn tulips. So I guess they had them up in their house in their vase. So I know people will come and steal your stuff. Yet, at any rate, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling hopeful. I am going to just walk and let you get a little closer look at my first garden. Onions, green onions and white onions, sweet onions. We have carrots back there. We have collard greens. We have spinach planted, and we have some peppers. And we have some peppers in the ground. And so that's all there for now. I also had some ideals because I'm still going to plant some more of these seeds, and we are going to get some tomatoes going here soon. And like I said, I have seeds for other stuff, and I'm going to get like a couple of big pots like that, and use for the herbs, or cilantro, oregano, basil, mint, and stuff like that, and put them in those. And we're going to continue to work with this and see what we can do and what we can produce. So I just wanted to share this with people. Me and my first garden. Okay? Peace.